putting an end to identity politics. This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
What's up, everybody? Kevin Jackson here. It's the Kevin Jackson Show. KJRadio.com. Glad you guys are with me. Having a good time. I hope you are. Man, I got to tell you, I'm getting busy. Finally, we're getting on the road. We're promoting this movie, Bleeding Blue. And bleedingbluemovie.com if you want to check it out. The webpage will be updated hopefully in the next day or so. But we're opening March 30th. If you want to be a part of it, contact us at kjradio.com. Say, Kevin, I got a group of people together. We want to rent a theater for the movie on March the 30th. It's an easy thing to do. Just call one of your local theaters, especially the smaller theaters, and tell them, hey, look, we'd like to put it out. We'll help you promote it. I'll go on the radio. If I'm in that market, I'll tell them where to go. Like wherever it may be. I'll say go to this station or this movie theater. I'll get it out. Don't be looking at me crazy. Movie theater at that time and go see the film. And then hopefully somebody will film the reaction of people coming out going, "It was amazing, man. That was the best thing ever, blah, blah, blah." We'd love to get that. So help us out. It's so important to understand how Hollywood works. And let me give you some inside baseball on Hollywood. So a director who's a part of the Screen Actors Guild gets something like, they have what's called scale. So a scale for an extra, for example, might be $150. If you're hired as an extra and you're part of a movie, you go there and you're out there all day, they'll pay you $150. There are some people that's all they do. They make a living as extras. And so they're part of SAG. They say, I want to be an extra. You tell me where the movie is, I'll go. And that movie may just need people mingling about. There are people, that's all they do. And, $150, 50 grand a year. If you could do it every day. And then there are wages for directors. If you're a regular director, you're getting SAG wages. It's like 20 grand a week. Can you imagine 20 grand a week? Certain other things. Yeah, everything's set. And so I was putting together something for a thing we're going to be doing for our fundraiser in St. Louis. And I was like, I wonder what a movie costs. Because, you hear Star Wars costs $230 million. Okay, great. Well, Annie, the remake of Annie, it's got, I don't know who the girl is, but it's got Jamie Foxx in it, a guy I will not pay to see a movie. But Annie cost $77 million in a remake, and I talked about this, I think, on the show. They gave back $11 million because it was filmed in New York, so they looked at it as, we made a lot of money off you guys through taxes. You were, you had to get all these permits and stuff. So we give you back $11 million. Who knows what they spent there, but that's what they got back. So Annie netted out at $66 million. This is a remake of what was a Broadway play. And now it's a movie. You know the outcome. Jamie Foxx, really? I mean, the guy got $7.5 million for that film. Would you go see Annie because Jamie Foxx is in it? I'm telling you, they could have cast anybody. In fact, you can be guaranteed I won't go see a movie with Jamie Foxx. But they could have cast anybody. And nobody would have cared. So, I mean, I don't know how many black folks went to see Annie. So, long story short, it's outrageous. Films can be made for well under $5 million. Well under that. And then with the right type of distribution, if the conservative movement says, we want these types of films, the filmmakers can make lots of money. If you do a film for $5 million, which is a lot for conservative films, and it does $10 million, you've doubled your money. You don't need it to make $100 million. Now, Kevin made a film, God is Dead, Kevin Sorbo. And they shot that film for under $5 million, and it made over $100 million. So it was a home run, to say the least. But I promise you, Kevin would have been happy if it was $7 million or $10 million. And I doubt if it cost him $5 to make it, but maybe. So all I'm getting at is Hollywood's had a monopoly. They've run up the price of things to the point where you can't compete. They dominate what movies can go where. If you show that film there, you won't get our film. They do all kinds of stuff. And now's our time to finally say we can get back at them. That's what this is about. So we make a film for well under $1 million. And it's about police. It's a social conscience film. It's a real, man, you guys are going to love Bleeding Blue. I promise you. We'll be hitting the circuit here real soon. And you're going to start seeing trailers. You're going to love this film. So we got all this working for us. And I said to Kevin, and I'm talking to Sean Hannity and saying, look, guys, Kevin's a filmmaker. He's got the reputation for it. He's Hercules. Sean, you got a lot of money. You've already bankrolled one of Kevin's films. What if Sean Hannity suddenly has done 4 or 5 films? What if Hollywood shifts from, California, and suddenly Sean Hannity has got $10 million wrapped up in films that he's going to make $20 million on, so he can continue to finance it? Because I promise you, Sean isn't going to miss that money. He's a very wealthy guy. So he starts financing films that you guys, we all want to see and we support because they give our point of view on stuff, and you start ignoring Hollywood. That's what's important. So speaking of the Screen Actors Guild, how many of these award shows, honestly, can Hollywood throw? I don't know that there's an end in sight. Now, look, I get it. Kevin, they got the Oscars, they got this, they got People's Choice, and all of them have a little different spin to it. Who chooses? So if Hollywood snubs you, then, well, the people may not snub you. So you'll get a People's Choice. If the people snub you, then you may get a Screen Actors Guild, which is your peers or whatever. I don't know what they do, but I'm saying there's a ton of them. And so I didn't watch the Screen Actors Guild any more than I would watch any of these other self-indulgent awards. I think they're silly. But I want to read to you what was so powerful about the Screen Actors Guild Awards that just happened the other day. I wanted to talk about this yesterday, which was, the day after the awards. And I started on it and then I got sidetracked. So I'm getting to it today. But what I want to tell you, I think is relevant. So here's what I'm going to read this. It says this. They may be respected Hollywood veterans, but Nicole Kidman and Gary Oldman struggle to hold back the tears as they were honored at the Screen Actors Guild Awards on Sunday night. For an emotional Nicole, get this, battling both flu and a lack of sleep. Her award was proof that actresses are no longer washed up at 40. While Oldham, it was the recognition from his peers that so moved him. Elsewhere, the star-studded gala at the Shrine Auditorium in L.A., which made 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri, the runaway winner of the night, saw a return of color to the red carpet 2 weeks after celebrities wore uniform black at the Golden Globes as a sign of solidarity for the Time's Up movement. Nicole said, "And how wonderful it is today that our careers can go beyond 40 years old. 20 years ago, we were pretty washed up by this stage in our careers. That's not the case now. So 40-year-olds can do something. Oh, and did I mention she battled the flu and a lack of sleep so she could put on her $5,000 or $10,000 dress and talk about how the women's movement is now done so much that she can work at the age of 40 in a career path dominated by people like her. People that you can bet Nicole Kidman or somebody, a satellite near her, has been cozy with Harvey Weinstein or some other lecherous director. But she's happy that she's over 40 and she can get roles. I'm so very proud to be part of an industry that is making this change. We have proven that we can do this, but only with the support of that industry. She's actually extolling the virtues of an industry that's on the heels of one of the biggest sexual harassment scandals on the planet. Unbelievable. And what about James Franco? He attended the SAG Awards, first public appearance since he was accused of sexual harassment. They said he dodged the red carpet, but he was seen at a table next to his girlfriend, Isabel Paxset, applauding as the show got underway. He was nominated for Outstanding Performance by a Male Actor in a Leading Role, but he lost to Gary Oldman. But he had worn a Time's Up pin to the Golden Globes, but he got criticized when 5 women came forward and said, "You're a big sexual harasser." But you know what he did? He took the fall. He said, "I'm willing to take the fall. These are false allegations, but I believe in the cause, so I'll take the fall." Bunch of hypocrites.
He won't stop until he's the top-rated radio talk show host in America.
What kind of weird competitive freak are you?
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.